Hey, Dr. Burton.
Hi, how are you? I'm so
Excellent.
glad to be here.
Good,
Uh,
good. My name's Seth Perler, and I want to welcome all you compassionate and proactive parents, teachers, therapists, anybody who's interested in supporting kids with executive function challenges. Dr. Burton is one of our speakers this year at TIFOS. And when a parent comes up to you and says, I keep hearing about this executive function
mhm.
thing, what the heck is it? How might you respond, Dr. Burton?
Um, well, I think executive function is actually simpler to understand than many people think, and quite importantly, entirely practical, like really important to understand. But basically, executive function is this very wide-ranging self-management skill set that develops over time, so we can sort of coordinate and plan and keep track of, what we want to be doing in the future and really, the way I shorthand it is almost anything having to do with the word management probably has an aspect of executive function to it. So we have to manage our attention, we have to manage our emotions, we have to manage our impulses, eventually we have to manage projects and manage time. So really the way you can think about executive function is this developmental path that starts in early childhood, matures until much later in life, that just lets us, manage and coordinate. It's often described as the brain CEO. And it's been correlated with things like academic success, behavioral success, all sorts of different positive resilience as a whole, really rely on our ability to manage life in this way. So anything we can do to promote executive function has incredible value for parents and teachers to understand. And also recognizing what we need to expect of kids at different ages is just completely vital if we want to meet them where they are developmentally.
And you're one of our speakers here at TIFOS, ExecutiveFunctionSummit.com this year. What are families going to learn from you this year in your lesson?
Well, as I alluded to a minute ago, we're going to talk about a little bit about the importance of executive function, and very practically what it looks like at different ages, so that our expectations can be um, more met to someone's age and also where they are in their development. Because if you have ADHD, those things aren't necessarily a match. And then most importantly, because I think it's only useful to talk about stuff like this if we keep it practical, different ways we can support executive function in different age groups too. So hopefully people will come away with some sense both of what executive function looks like at different ages and also, what kids need at different ages and with different challenges.
And finally, for the parent who's new to your work, this is developmentaldoctor.com. This is
Yes.
your main site and
Mhm.
your books and resources for families. And they say, who are you? What's your
Ah,
job? What hats do you wear? How
great.
do you respond to that?
Well, I'm a specialist in the field of developmental behavioral pediatrics, which is a subspecialty working just on promoting child development in different ways. So in my day-to-day practice, I work with a lot of kids having difficulties in school or difficulty with behavior. Really describe it often like it's more like being a psychologist than a physician an awful lot of the time. And then personally, I also have a long-term practice and interest in mindfulness and do a lot of um, mindfulness teaching, and also I'm pretty involved with, or at least, excuse me, I haven't done research myself, but I'm very involved with or keeping up with this very fascinating and wide-ranging modern research into the benefits of mindfulness on things like managing stress and building resilience and executive function. So that's a big part of my life and my practice now too.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for parents for being here. If you haven't signed up, go to the summit's coming up. You can register here for free. You can check out the VIP pass and share it around executivefunctionsummit.com. Thank you, Dr. Burton, for being here, and thanks for parents.
Thanks again. Take care.